What's good, everybody, and welcome back to another installment of First Look, a series where we talk about the games of some of the best and most interesting prospects in the 2021 NBA Draft. In this one, we've got Jalen Suggs out of Gonzaga. He and this Bulldog squad have been dominant early in this college basketball season, and it doesn't look like they're letting up anytime soon. Let's go ahead and get into it. Starting with what is probably the most evident piece of his game, we have his passing ability and vision. Suggs is easily one of the most talented passers in this class. He's unselfish and makes great plays for others in a variety of settings. The first and most prominent being in transition. If there's an open teammate in front of him, he's giving the ball up, no question. He's precise on outlets and has had some special highlight-worthy moments here.
Until West Virginia can prove it over the top, it's going to be tough to score. Boyd is everything but. Nice run out. Oh, watch it. In transition. When it avails itself. Because these guys are definitely going to do it.
It was inside the arc. Coleman missed. Kispert.
Reed not able to hit. Outlet up ahead. Oh, yeah. Off the back rim to Flanagan. Nice play. Suggs just kind of flipped it behind him. Timmy takes it. And
he's well nuanced in the pick and roll out of a variety of sets. He's got good pace and does a good job of waiting for the play to develop, reading the low man, and wherever else to help defense is at.
Timmy on the rim run in transition, but Richards got a lot of good points on how to potentially.
All right, here we go. Let's see if Gonzaga can put the pedal down. Pick and roll, and Timmy with a flush.
DeJuan Harris Jr., redshirt freshman from Columbia, Missouri. What a pass that was.
Defensively, and clearly, if they're either is going to win a championship, the defense does have to get better. But I think.
Well, with Nemhard in the game, he can be more of a scorer.
And there's great anticipation on the basketball court.
And he plays with the intensity.
His unselfishness and IQ was constantly on full display, and he's the beneficiary of playing on a supremely talented team. Skips are routine for him, and he has some unteachable zip on some of these passes. He's got great awareness of his teammates' strengths and looks to get the best shot possible or find the guy who's on a hot streak.
Corner three, and everything but the finish. The bounce would go down for Sean McNeil. Again, a big key for West Virginia is can they make shots? Great feed.
We've seen a lot more of him.
Suggs, beautiful pass to her.
He likes national TV.
He sure does. The ball pinned up against the glass. It was Suggs who blocked that shot on the other end.
Can put up a fight. Suggs from Nemhard. Kispert.
I was skeptical about him being effective as a scorer coming in, but he's been a good surprise in this area and put it on full display, especially against Iowa. He can play both on and off the ball and has a solid handle and burst. He's not super crafty, nor does he have a ton of moves, but he gets the job done and does a good job of reading his defenders. Right now, he projects as a respectable shooter, especially off the dribble in the pick and roll, and someone who can create space and shots for himself at times. I definitely want to see more from him as a spot-up shooter, as he's good off ball in other areas, but overall he's a good scorer with good potential for the next level.
Keegan Murray comes up a little short. Here comes Suggs. He's already made a couple threes. Little hesitation.
It's a work in progress, too. I think in another year or so, he's going to really be a factor inside. Nice hesitation.
Oh, that was Suggs really needed that.
And Suggs' denial on the wings has been effective. He can do this.
Yep,
Nice job finding angles where there appear to be no angles.
Suggs.
Which is not easy to do when you have the ability to pass the ball the way their top six or seven.
Because there weren't a lot of quality threes to be had. I thought the perimeter defense from Gonzaga was really pretty good.
Jalen, that's Carvel.
Another piece of Suggs' game that sticks out is his athletic ability. He was a really good football player on both sides of the ball in high school. He's got great size and strength at 6'4", 205, and will put it on your head if given the opportunity. There really aren't many weak points with him as an athlete, and he's about as prototypical as it gets for the modern point guard from this perspective.
Let's see, take another look.
Even the steal.
Oh, the lob off the backboard.
Transfer from Grand Canyon, like coach.
There he is. His help surrounded him that time, Billy. Suggs, the athletic guard.
And rounding off the like section, we have Suggs' defensive ability. On this end, Suggs is a real difference maker and has the potential to continue to bring that ability to the next level. He moves well laterally, and there haven't been many moments where he has been taken advantage of, and he's definitely not afraid to put pressure on guards out front. Suggs is a menace when it comes to playing passing lanes and getting deflections. His instincts are rivaled by few prospects that I can remember, and is definitely one of my favorite parts of his game.
Other areas. Once again, Suggs.
His second pick. Maneuvering. And finishing at the rim. Homer was on his back as he had gone down after that shot attempt.
Pass off the back of Watson turned over. Numbers for the Zags. Lob.
He puts in a ton of effort on defense, guarding multiple positions and fighting against bigger players, and happens to be a really talented team defender as well. He's conscious of his positioning where he needs to help and make rotations. He uses his special athletic ability and timing to block shots as a help side defender.
Kick it out, but you got to get to the rim.
McBride is trying, and it's swatted.
That is the anchor, and Kispert's the one guy that knocks it down from long distance.
Full advantage.
Lungi looking in for Garzi's double team, so that seems to be the objective at least right now. Skip past to the
Also, whenever he makes a mistake, you can count on him to be the first player to make up for it on defense, which is something that can at times be unusual for players of his caliber. Moving on to some of the improvement areas. In terms of weaknesses or things he really needs to work on, he hasn't shown a whole lot of them. There are some things that we can talk about when evaluating and predicting his game at the next level, but we'll save that for his final scouting report, or other times I'll talk about him later on in the year. The biggest thing for him to fix right now is his turnovers, which often come from being loose with the ball. He averages nearly 3 turnovers a game, and he's good for at least one of them coming off of a poor decision in traffic or a loose dribble. Just patching up those things, while it might not really matter to his team's success, is something to definitely get better at. At the end of the day, he's a freshman guard, so it's really just par for the course anyways. The next thing is his free throw percentage. He's shooting just over 65% from the line, taking about 3 of them a game. There's no real reason that it should be this low, but like I mentioned before, it's definitely not uncommon for a young guard to take a minute to adjust to the speed of the game and environment. He's shooting over 70% over his last 5 games. His last improvement area is definitely nitpicking. But Suggs plays on a good team of smart players who are nearly always in the right place whenever Suggs takes him out of plays by gambling for steals. It's definitely part of who he is as a player, and I wouldn't say this is really a weakness. It's just something that I think he can improve upon, because some of these, while he has an elite talent at this, are egregious. The first part of the things I want to see more of is definitely him taking over offensively. I doubt he's going to have to, because they make quick work against even good teams. They just destroyed what is a good BYU team, and Suggs played well, but it wasn't like he really had to do anything spectacular for them to win. His performance against Iowa pretty much sold me on his ability as a scorer, but I'd like to see a bit more just for my comfort level. When you play on a team this good, it's not always going to present itself, and if he happens not to have those big moments, I doubt it's really going to change the way I feel about him as a prospect. So far, he's been great at contributing to the game, even when his shot isn't falling or things are just in a weird flow offensively to start the game. I wouldn't expect anything different, but I want to see if he stays consistent in that aspect. That's going to do it for this video. There are going to be ample chances to watch this Gonzaga team dismantle the rest of their conference, so I recommend you go check them out a couple times this year. I see Suggs as one of the premier players of this class, along with Evan Mobley and Cade Cunningham, and depending on the development of a few others, I think he's a definite top 5 pick and a highly possible top 3 pick. I enjoy watching him play and look forward to seeing what happens from here. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a like and subscribe if you're new. Comment down below where you would pick Suggs in the draft. I'm Keandre, this is Hoop Intellect, and I'm out.